the things that action figure collectors ask for all the time are civilian figures to kind of fill out the background of their display. And while you can sometimes pick them up in educational stores or occasionally online, there are generic thugs. I mean, even companies sometimes offer generic thugs or even characters that could pass for civilians, sort of if they were mixed into the background. Just don't look too closely and you'll, recognize that they're an actual character. Marvel Legends has actually done quite a fantastic job of giving us civilian versions of characters. While most often these are superheroes in their civilian duds, more and more we've started to get supporting cast members or even the ability to create more and more with extra heads and bodies that are available. Now, I do have to give a huge shout out to Joe Shalom, who really helped me expand my Spider-Man collection, which for the past I've been focusing just on Spider-Man's bad guys, but now that I have almost all of them, Joe was nice enough to get me an extra chameleon head that I put on a Everett body, and was actually also turned me on to the idea of buying more civilian bodies cheaply on Amazon. Again, like Everett from Black Panther is like $10, so pop on a Norman Osborn head and bam, Norman Osborn figure. And of course, I should give shouts out to Joe Shalom also because he sold me a Daredevil figure at a very reasonable price, and this has become now one of my favorite figures, so thank you. All right, so besides the fact that I'm now expanding my Spider-Man characters to the civilians, well, I guess that directly ties into the new assortments that are being offered by Hasbro Pulse, which for the most part have been a civilian figure paired with a bad guy. We've gotten Aunt May, we've gotten Mary Jane, we'll be getting Peter Parker soon, and we've sort of expanded our civilian base for Spider-Man more than ever. Now, Mary Jane is an interesting character because she doesn't have superpowers. Well, I guess now she does, but for years she didn't. And she's been offered both as a fashion star, as a holiday kind of sort of one-off, and as also in her basic animated colors from the '94 show. This, I guess, tends to be the version that most of the public is aware of, her in the yellow top there. But we've been fortunate enough to get quite a few Mary Jane figures over the years, each one with different outfits, different hair. So, how in the world do you decide which one to use? The one that kind of got away was the very first Mary Jane Marvel Legends figure in the modern line, which was a 2-pack at Toys R Us. I never picked this up because I wasn't that big into the Spider-Man that had kind of like that glow on his chest. But I regret it because this is definitely, I think, the best Mary Jane that's been put out as far as a comic book style. The hair, the height. In fact, the head was so good that it got reused on a Black Widow figure, which is how I have the head. I actually didn't get this figure. Now, the other love life of Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, of course, has had quite a few figures, but only one of them in her civilian form. And it was great to get this in her very iconic green jacket and purple skirt because, well, this is kind of her superhero outfit from the show. A lot of civilians, especially in the 60s and 70s, had kind of outfits. And giving this outfit to Mary Jane because the Gwen Stacy figure included a Mary Jane head was kind of a little odd. At least Gwen was a little shorter than, an adult human, if you will, not like that custom on the left. So yeah, if you were going to have Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy together, the height difference would work if you had the original Toys R Us 2-pack version and the single-carded Gwen Stacy. My attempt to use the Gwen Stacy body for both doesn't really work, and again, Gwen is in her iconic outfit, so just slapping a Mary Jane head on that felt a little odd. What I did do for a while was I got an extra Moira McTaggart figure from the X-Men and popped the Gwen Stacy Mary Jane head on that body. Again, we were dealing with the shorter female body, not the taller one like with Mary Jane or Black Widow, which, again, I only have Black Widow with Mary Jane's head. The next Mary Jane head came with the Renewing Their Vows pack. So yes, Mary Jane does eventually get superpowers and is Spinnerette, that's her name, not Spinnerella. Must have Disney on my brain. All right, so popping that head on the Gwen Stacy body, it looks more mature. I like that head better, but still, it's Gwen Stacy. So here we have our first full Mary Jane 100% tooled figure. It's an animated style, really bright. I'm talking like really bright. Doesn't quite work with the comic book style because of the super bright colors, but I picked it up and whoa, with a quick little head swap, bam, you kind of get a really good comic book version of Mary Jane. So this is the Spinnerette head on the animated body, and you can see she's taller than Gwen Stacy is. I can't really see in that photo as much. All right, so different body types, different heads, fantastic. We have options, which is crazy because Mary Jane it doesn't get more of a supporting character than that. I mean, whether she's damsel in distress or just, Peter's girlfriend, wife, she's a civilian. And the fact that we have so many options and ways to collect her kind of blows me away. We were lucky to get one, back in the day, or well, I guess two if you counted that Christmas version, which never appeared in the show. So for those collecting civilian figures, we are in a really great place. And with Mary Jane in particular, with all the different heads and the complete swappability, you can really create your ideal version of her. I wish all the Marvel Legends had heads that were universally swappable. Now, I'm still missing out on that Black Widow head, if you will. I mean, it started off as Mary Jane. I just put the Black Widow version on her. And I may have to dig deep and pay big bucks for that one day. Although, if they ever actually came out with a fully tooled Mary Jane in her ripped-off jeans with her Spider-Man crop top, well, I might have to pick that one up too. That would be my dream Mary Jane figure. Maybe Peter's too. Either way, it's cool to have options. And thank you to Hasbro for putting out so many civilians. What do you guys think? Do you collect civilian figures? And if so, do you constantly upgrade them with new heads as they come out? How do you collect your Mary Jane? All right, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and sharing, and I'll see you in the next video.